Kia ora, tēnā koutou, aroha atu whānau. Welcome to another episode of the Pacific Health Talanoa with Lorenzo on BLU TV, and it is Day 4 of the Mental Health Awareness Week 2021 for Aotearoa. Now, this year's theme is Take Time to Kōrero, Take Time to Talanoa, Mate Kōrero Kaora. A little Talanoa or kōrero can go a long way. And joining me on the Pacific Health Talanoa to talk about the Aotearoa Mindfulness and Awareness program offered by Tamaki Health are Lila Aotearoa, who is a clinical lead for the program. We've also got Ned Ngatae, a participant of the program, and Sharon Rickard, the Maori psychologist for the program. Welcome on the show, whānau.
Hello.
Great having you on the show to share about this amazing program for our Maori and Pacific community. Now, Lila, can you share with our listeners and viewers the overview of the Aotearoa Mindfulness and Awareness program and the development of the Te Ao Maori Enrichment program? And Sharon might be able to add to that as well.
Sure. So Aotearoa Mindfulness and Awareness, or our Te Ao Maori Enrichment Maori Maramatanga, is a 6-week mindfulness meditation-based program. It's offered for 2.5 hours a week throughout the community in about 9 different community settings, as well as on Zoom in the day and in the evening. People can tune in with their whānau for that. It's a mindfulness meditation-based program that integrates teachings from psychology, from medical science, and now from Te Ao Māori. And I was thinking about, one poet I really admire, a Pacifica poet, Dr. Kalo Mila. She talks about the waters that join us together, thinking about that rather than the lands that separate us. And I think that mindfulness meditation is like that water. We find it flowing through all of our cultures and traditions. And so many people came forward of many different beliefs and cultures to say they were really benefiting from the program. And we particularly noticed that for Maori. And so with the help of Counties Manukau, Total Healthcare, and Tamaki Health, we were able to create a Te Ao Māori enriched mindfulness program, and Sharon has been a part of that. That's a co-design marae-based at Papatuanuku Kokore Marae in Mangere.
Wow. Sharon, now as a Maori leader and as a Maori clinical psychologist for the Mindfulness and Awareness program, what is your expectation, from the participants, and what can our Maori community expect from the program to learn from yourself and other leaders in the Aotearoa Mindfulness and Awareness program?
I think the program, as we have enriched it with Maori wisdom, Maori frameworks, and things like that. So we've still kept the mindfulness-based information, but we've imbued it with Maori information, because like I work in South Auckland and have done for many years. And so I work with Maori and I work Maori Pacifica. So, that's my group that I work with. And so the mindfulness program allows people, it's free.
Nice.
It allows people to come along, to try it, and to see if they like it and if it can be helpful. Like some of the, the stuff that we do is about breathing. Could be just breathing. Well, you always have your breath. Te ha. It is always with you. It is your anchor. So it's about, in some ways, teaching participants to use what they already have, and to have mastery over that, like things of the breath, and to notice themselves. We use we talked about today in the program the te tapawha. So talking about whānau, the benefits of whānau, wairua, henengaro, and all of those things that make up te tapawhā. But we also have pūrākau or stories that they are Maori stories, but they're actually Polynesian stories. Maui is a Pacific icon.
Wow.
Not, he doesn't just belong to Aotearoa or to Maori. He belongs to in the Pacific. And so, our stories, the pūrākau that we use are, open to any interpretation and are, open to Pacific, to Polynesian people. Everyone's got rona. Everyone's got Maui. Everyone's got hina. So, yeah.
Ngā mihi, Sharon. I like what you said about the frameworks and the Māori models like Te Whare Tapawhā being implemented. And I also like how it is designed by Māori leaders for Māori and Pacific. So I really like that. I believe it is a good fit for our Māori and Pacific community. And coming to you, Ned, as a participant, can you share with us your experience of a Māori Tau Mate Marama Tanga Aotearoa Mindfulness and Awareness Program?
Kia ora, brother. Well, yeah, I came to it about 4 months ago. So I'm sort of, still starting. I'm just sort of starting out on this journey. But it's from my personal perspective, when I started out, I was, had a lot of things going on in life in terms of, my health was quite depleted. Mentally, emotionally, physically, I was in a very low place, and I was put forward to the course by my doctors actually, and I'm really grateful to them for setting me on this path. So yeah, it's really helped me in terms of giving me a lot of tools to deal with stress, depression, anxiety. Putting really helps you to sort of put things into perspective, and as Sharon was saying, a lot of it comes down to the fundamental of life, just breathing, just like, you set aside everything else and you just focus in on your breathing. You do that, do the guided meditation and just focus on the breath, and you let all the other little worries and stresses just sort of melt away for a minute, and you just focus on breathing in, breathing out, and you do that once or twice a day, and it's amazing how much of a difference even that just something small like that makes. And there's over the 6 weeks, there's countless invaluable tools that I found of that nature. Yeah.
Well, a great kōrero and testimony, Ned. Thank you so much for sharing with us on this platform. Now, it sounds to me that, this program is like a reminder, and it's like a tool that can pave the way for us to go back to finding our identity and finding ourselves and how we can look after our own hauora and well-being. Now, coming to you, Lila and Sharon, now, can you share with us some key elements? Now, Sharon, you mentioned that that you implemented some Māori frameworks and Māori models in health. But can you share with us some key elements of Te Ao Māori in the program, please?
I think the key elements of Te Ao Māori are the implementation of those models of, we're talking about wairua. So privileging, because I think historically, Maori understandings of health have not been privileged, or Polynesian understandings of health have not been privileged. And we see this in COVID now, where we've got communities where telling everyone get vaccinated. But what we had to do with those communities is go to those communities, so whānau, that domain, go to that community domain and support those people to work with their own people, to get them vaccinated, get out there and take them and do that, because they don't know. So whānau, in terms of tapawhā, that is, in community, is a major domain in a person's wellness. If you look through that framework, or if you're looking at wairua or the spiritual elements, you know, those are not necessarily, it's not necessarily a concept that has been privileged or prioritized in health. But so that's what we try to do within the program. And then looking at a person's tinana, their physical health, you know, what's going in, what's not going in, you know, how are they sleeping, that sort of thing. And then, you know, hinengaro, or the mental aspect, but allowing that to overlap, that things are not separate, that it is holistic, and we need to deal with everything holistically. So, yeah, so that's one.
Yeah, I like what you say, Sharon, about going back to the community. You know, the service providers should always go back to the community and ask the community for their feedback and ask them how things should be done. And I like how you mentioned that, you know, about the whare tapawha, and that the community holds, you know, the authority, and you know, it's about getting the right people in the systems, getting the right people, you know, to lead programs such as Aotearoa Mindful and Awareness. And I know you are, you know, driving it, and the way you're delivering it is such a Maori way or Pacific way. But anyways, coming back to Ned, I know you mentioned and you've shared some of the benefits, you know, of your hauora from the program, but can you share a little bit more about, you know, some other ways that you felt, you know, that you benefited from the program in terms of your hauora and well-being, please?
Yeah, I mean, in so many ways, you know, there's a lot of focus on, you know, the concept of whanaungatanga, kotahitanga, which is, you know, so Lila was the facilitator for my course, and as much as it was about her teaching us, we would also go off into groups and talk together, and there's so much power in that of just communicating with other people that are kind of going through similar things, and sort of talking through that with each other, and, you know, seeing really kind of reminds you, hey, look, I'm not the only person that's you know, going through, you know, there's so many of us are going through stressful times at the moment, especially in this, you know, this COVID era. But, you know, there's a lot of emphasis on, you know, mindfulness in relationships, in your communications, you know, the way you communicate with your family, your partners, you know, everyone, and dealing with grief.
Nice.
Yeah, there's lots. Yeah, there's lots of really amazing little helpful techniques and tools. I like to think tools, you know, it just gives you sort of things to use in daily life that you might not ordinarily be using without it. Yeah.
No, I'm here, Ned. Can I come to you, Lila? This seems to be an amazing program for our Maori community, to me. Can you share with us some of the barriers that prevents our Maori community from utilizing this tool, this great program, please?
Maybe just the busyness of people's lives, actually. And I think that crosses all cultures, that frequently we feel so scattered and torn, you know, with our work responsibilities, our whānau responsibilities, the mamai of intergenerational trauma and pain, the demands on people in our modern life. And I think this goes for all of us, you know, that we're so outwardly focused a lot of the time that we forget, you know, to nourish our mind and body and spirit. And so that's the first step, is recognizing that anything we offer ourselves is actually of benefit for those around us. It's hard to give a glass of water, isn't it, if your own well is dry? And so many people who come to our programs say they're tired, you know, maybe they've become unwell through giving so much in their lives, and that this is a time to give to themselves. We sometimes call it the mindfulness spa, right, Ned? I think one of your friends said that I was going to your mindfulness spa. So it's a time for inner kōrero as well as outer kōrero, to listen deeply to our own thoughts, our feelings, our impulses to act, and to learn how to manage them, actually, to gain insight and awareness into who we are. You said before, Lorenzo, it's about remembering who we are, our fundamental well-being, our own greatness, our potential. Sometimes all of the depth of our being, our values gets lost, doesn't it? To the waves on top of the ocean, just the chop of daily life. Yeah. Like John Kabat-Zinn is the father of our program. Our program is based in mindfulness-based stress reduction. I trained with him. He says you can't stop the waves, but you can learn how to surf. Yeah, but we have to take the time.
Ngā mihi, Lila, thank you so much for that kōrero. Now, I'm aware, there's another problem that our Pacific and our Maori families and whānau face is that the hauora and the well-being is right down the bottom of our priority list. Now, Sharon, can you share with us, with our listeners and viewers, about how the group context encourages kōrero, Talanoa and Te Reo Maori, normalizes seeking support for well-being and helps with well-being in hauora, please?
Well, first, it's like a group. It's a group exercise. Mauri Tau Me Te Marama program, is usually run on the marae. So the ones that I've been involved in or with the training and stuff has been run in Mangere, e Papatūnuku marae. And so, we have a pōwhiri, karanga, pōwhiri, whakawhanaungatanga. We do all of that. So that's just bringing people together. And we don't necessarily talk about people being sick. Talk about wellness and, so it's about maintaining wellness or improving wellness, but not necessarily about being sick and how sick you are, or, so even the perspectives or the view of self and others is different to, visiting your GP because you've got stress, It's a journey. It's a journey, and it's a process of understanding yourself. Yeah.
I love what you said, Sharon, about the process, at the marae, Papatūnuku. I love that marae. I've been there a few times, and I can so relate to the whānau, when I walk in, and that's because of who they are. And I love how the whole Maori protocol, cultural protocols is used to welcome people. And I also like the fact that you choose to have this program operated and run at a familiar venue to our Maori community, like a marae. So well done, Sharon. Now, Ned, what thoughts would you like to share with other people, especially our Maori Pacifica communities, about this course?
Yeah, I would and recommend this to anyone and everyone. Since I've completed the course, I've been telling all my friends, family, check it out, because I think it can benefit everyone, in some way or another, in some aspect of their lives. And I think it's possibly, it's kind of hard for people to come to that place where they think, I need some help with things that are stressing me out, or everything's getting on top of me a bit. But people can be a bit whakamā about reaching out for help. But honestly, I can say it's one of the best things I've done for myself, for my for my own mental health and well-being. It's one of the best things I've ever done. And like these two awesome ladies were saying, it's learning how to navigate the things. It hasn't stopped stressful things from happening in life. There's it's a tumultuous time on planet Earth, and there's always going to be lots of little curveballs coming our way, but it just really helps you deal with them more efficiently, and not let them kind of get on top of you as much. But that's my personal experience of it. And I found that, even in this time, like I'm still, there's still lots of curveballs coming my way in life, but I feel much more resilient. That's the key word here. It builds your resilience, which is super helpful.
Great kōrero, and great testimony there, Ned. The fact that you participated in the program, and it just shows that being part of this program as a step forward, to taking ownership of our own hauora and our own well-being. So well done. Thank you so much. And you look happy. You look well. So thank you so much for joining on a Talanoa and the kōrero today. Lila and Sharon, do you have any final comments for our listeners and viewers and our whānau before we conclude our Talanoa and kōrero?
Come do it and try. See if you like it.
Yeah. Come and see.
Come see.
Nice. Thank you so much, whānau, for joining on the Pacific Health Talanoa today. For more information, please contact 09 274 7823, or you can contact the Pacific Health Talanoa, myself, and I can give you all the information and details of the Aotearoa Mindfulness and Awareness program offered for free by Tamaki Health and their wellness support team. Thank you so much, whānau. Have a great afternoon. Now, to celebrate the Mental Health Week, local doctors and wellness support team are giving away a $500 pressure card. That's right, you heard me right. $500 pressure card, and to win, you must have a kōrero with us through video, art, photos, or words about what you do for your hauora and your well-being in the comments. So don't forget to click in there, visit their Facebook page, Local Doctors, and that video is there. Drop a comment, photo, or video, and you can go into the draw to win that $500 pressure card. It could be as simple as spending time with your whānau, or listening to or playing music, or being out in nature, cooking or baking, or doing a TikTok. Yeah, any videos, photos, pictures, or comments will be accepted as entries. They will draw the winner after the Mental Health Awareness Week on Monday, the 4th of October. Terms and conditions apply. Let's check out the video. Don't forget to visit their Facebook page, Local Doctors. Thank you again, whānau, for tuning in and listening in. I will see you tomorrow. Don't forget, it is day 4 of the Mental Health Awareness Week. Remember, take time to kōrero, take time to talanoa, and don't be shy, don't be afraid. Make sure you share your problems, and if you need that support, reach out to the people that you trust. Kia ora whānau. Hey, talawhalava, kia ora whānau, Lorenzo Kaisara here. For Mental Health Awareness Week, we are giving away a $500 pressure card. Our local doctors team want to know what you do for your well-being, your hauora. But for me, it's doing very simple exercise like boxing to keep myself active.
To help with my well-being, I take my dog for a walk.
I like to be outside and sit on the hammock.
Let's talk about mental health. Let's talk about Tamaki health.
Why not theme it? Such as headgear or hats.
I like to go for a walk. I love to exercise. I like to get outside.
Let's talk about all the good things wellness support team provide from the shelf.
One thing I'm doing for my hauora during this time is trying out a new skill, which is baking.
I follow my spiritual guru, guide, and my friend, the Swami.
My name's Josh Stent, and in order to look after my wellness, I like to put on some tunes, go for a big run, and just shut the world out.
Let's talk about mental health. Thank you.
Want to win? Drop a video, photo, or picture in the comments below to show us what small things you do for your hauora, and you're in the draw to win a $500 pressure card. We can't wait to see your tips. Happy Mental Health Awareness Week, whānau. And remember, take time to kōrero, mate kōrero, ka ora.
Squad, baby. Rex, J Sands.
Let's go.
Oh, say I'm say you are complete to me, I get you. By the way that you move and the way that you smile. Say, oh my Dorima, baby, you be giving your hand, I'll take you anywhere. You give me something that I never had. Cause you care, but about to me and the family. Say, why you waiting on me to talk to you? Yeah, I'ma listen what y'all say. Yeah, don't move out in the come here. Yeah, they on the layout, oh, dirty wine, girl, dirty wine. Yeah, say, I'm not in and not the bite, say.